Hello, everyone, and welcome back to G&G's RMG podcast. Juliana, it's been a long time since we sat down and discussed retail issues. How have you been?
Hey, I've been great. I actually got a new job as a social media manager for the small company named Artistila. I interned for them over the summer and absolutely loved it.
Oh, no way. Congrats. I actually interned for a company over the summer as well as their marketing manager. But between me and you, I found I faced several challenges when trying to expand their small business.
Yeah, I totally get that. Coming up with new strategies and ideas to expand a business can be difficult. I actually just got off the phone with my bosses prior to this podcast call. Let me call them later on so that you can ask them any questions you have in regards to growing a small business in the retail industry.
I would love that. When I originally got hired, I tried using the growth strategy of market penetration and even tried cross selling. Despite using this growth strategy, I saw minimal results. It left me wondering if small businesses had the potential to expand to the same size as these large corporations, especially during COVID.
I've always wondered the same thing. When I first started working at Artistila, I noticed a widening gap between small and large businesses. It seems like large businesses have been taking market share from small businesses. I read online that even before COVID, more than half of all groceries were bought from Walmart.
I totally agree. It was not until taking this course I realized that despite the amount of new retail businesses that are started each year, corporate chains can more effectively lower prices for merchandise and advertising due to their larger size. On top of this, corporate chains have people who specialize in specific retail activities. At my internship, outside of my boss, I think I was the only one making most of the retail decisions.
Same here. I actually saw that in order to better compete against large corporate chains, small businesses tend to join a wholesale sponsored voluntary cooperative group. It's basically an organization that is operated by a wholesaler that is offering a merchandising program to small retailers on a voluntary basis.
Oh, no way. I'll send it over to my boss right now.
Yeah, the growing corporate divide between large and small businesses is amplified in part by large firms' extensive research and development. Many large businesses also have access to these resources required to invest in innovation, resulting in new ways that create profitable products for the market. Small businesses, on the other hand, face difficulties with this.
It's such a shame that small businesses don't have the equal amount of resources or research needed to expand in new markets or develop these new products compared to large corporations. And between me and you, I don't think this is getting any better. This lack of resources is evident in a performance gap between small and large retailers. I read something that says that the difference in median return on operating assets was 15% in the 90s, but recently doubled to 35% for large corporations. This means that these large retailers are getting more profitable, whereas the small ones suffer from chronic unprofitability.
I agree. There needs to be a way to close this gap and have methods or strategies on how to take a small business to the same size as a large retailer. Perhaps I should give my bosses a quick call and see what they have to say. Hey, Daniela and Jennifer, thanks for joining us today. For those who are listening, Daniela and Jennifer are co-owners of a small business named Artistila.
Hey, thanks for having us on your podcast today.
Of course, so just to start off, what recommendations would you provide to all small business owners on how to increase their awareness?
That's a really great question, Juliana. Social media is our biggest asset when it comes to growing our business and brand, and the best part about it is that it's free and it's organic. Our social media has allowed us to connect directly with our customers and tell our brand story. We can do everything from pitch our newest products in our posts and stories to answer customer service questions in our DMs.
Another great suggestion would be networking in real life. We've had lots of success by visiting different brow bars and beauty salons in the city and being a part of local markets and events.
Thank you for once again joining us on the podcast. I actually had one question as well. So, one of the largest challenges for small business owners is a shortage of capital. How do small business owners such as yourself allocate your costs to ensure both profitability and additional resources such as research development that can be later used for expansion?
From our personal experience, we both worked full and part-time jobs while we tried to grow our business. That way we could invest all our profits back into the business and help it grow.
We also started small, which I think is very important. From the beginning, we decided we would focus our budget and efforts on producing the highest quality stainless steel tools, and that's helped us allocate our funds on the products that matter most. Starting small also means you will have smaller amounts of inventory and lower overhead costs. Yep. And then outside of that, there's also companies that provide loans and grants to small businesses that can help with capital, which is really great for placing POs when you have cash flow issues. And it's also really great for hiring new employees.
This is all great information. I hope all the small business owners that are listening takes notes. So before wrapping up, I would like to take a moment to thank Daniela and Jennifer. And for those who are still listening, thank you for tuning in. And I hope you learned the challenges faced by small business owners when expanding in the retail industry. See you all next week.